Shabbat Shalom. Let's try that again. Shabbat Shalom. One more time. Shabbat Shalom. How many of you is this your first time here at Shir Shalom? How many of you is this your first time at any Jewish event? Okay. Don't worry, we're going to go easy. If you just say Shabbat Shalom just like that, the whole time you'll be used to it. Does everyone have a Siddur, a prayer book here? We're using the Mishkan Tefillah prayer book. Just be aware, it does open the other side. If you're used to the English way, Hebrew goes the opposite. Anytime we use Hebrew here today, there will be transliteration, and I hope you'll be following. And Spencer will be leading most of it. I apologize for the renovations here. Just be careful in the hallway. We're going to, by Rosh Hashanah, our Jewish New Year is in 2 weeks, as my good friend Matt, the cousin of the Bar Mitzvah, said. But don't worry, I've been assured it will all be done. And we have a lot of people pitching in today. Really want to welcome also my colleague Mark Horowitz, Cantor Mark Horowitz, who will be presiding and has known Spencer since he was just a baby. He's a little bigger now. We are going to begin on page 288. One last thing. The bathrooms are just out to your left, and everything's labeled there. Okay, so we're going to bring Spencer up over here to read for us on 288.
May my life be one link in a chain of goodness. As I say the prayers of my ancestors, help me to recall their devotion and faithfulness, their joy and suffering, which are in every word. Holiness is my heritage. May I be worthy of it. May our tradition live in me and pass from me to generations I shall never know, enriched by the truth that I have found in the good deeds I have done. So may I fulfill my task on earth and receive my blessing. And when the service ends and the prayers have ceased, help me to bring their spirit into the world in which I live. May I love God above all and my neighbor as myself, and be a living witness to the truth that never changes. Moda'ani lifaneha, melech chai v'kayam, shehech ezartav, binishmati behemla, rabba emunateha.
We offer thanksgiving for being alive and being present here. Let's all take a nice big stretch. How joyful it is just to be alive on this beautiful day. We're going to be presenting Spencer with his talit. A talit is the special garment that are worn as a sign of Jewish adulthood. Today, this will be the very first time that Spencer takes this, and this is he is going to be wearing the talit that was the same one that Dan wore at his bar mitzvah, and was a gift from Evie, or from his grandmother, Grandma Miller, all the way from Israel. So I'd like to invite Jamie and Dan to come up over here and present Spencer with a talit. The prayer is on the bottom of page 289. Look how handsome.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hiatef bat tzit.
Blessed are you, God, King of the universe, who sanctifies us through your commandments and commands us to wear our fringed garment, our fringed talit, to remind us of our corners of our life. As this is his very first time reciting this blessing, he's also going to be reciting a blessing, the Shekianu, a prayer for new things. If you want to follow along in the book, it's on page 648.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shechechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu la'azman hazeh.
Amen. Bless you, God, who brings us life, allows us to arrive here at this arrive here at this moment and be present here together. And we say, Amen. I always tell the parents, if you want to hug your child, it's up to him. So he's a good son. I just want to point out that in Danny's Tallis case, we actually found the leaflet that was from his bar mitzvah on April 9th, 1994. And the cool thing, I was showing this to Cantor Horowitz, and the very cool thing about it is that it's very similar to what we're doing today. It's the same space, and a lot of the same people maybe, and also a lot of the same prayers, which is very, very awesome. All right, we are going to turn to the Baruch, our call of community, page 313. This is the sacred community that Spencer now becomes part of. I invite you to rise if you're able, as Cantor Horowitz leads us in the prayer.
Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach Baruch Adonai HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed.
We remain standing, page 314, and Spencer will read for us, "The world is sunlight."
The world is sunlight, restoring the soul, rejoicing the heart, bringing light to the eyes, more welcome than gold, a Torah from heaven. I have no light to give the morning. My Torah, my special human gift, is words. As I bring my words forth from silence, welcome them, you who redeems the sun from darkness. Baruch atah Adonai Yotzer HaMorot.
Amen. We turn to the Shema on page 318.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Barashim Kevod, Malhuto, Leolam Va'ed.
You may be seated, 319.
V'ahavta Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavecha uv'chol nafshecha uv'chol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anohi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam B'shifteha b'viteha, u'lefteha b'dera, u'v'shofteha u'v'kumeha, u'kshartam leod al yadeha, v'hayu l'totafo b'neineha, u'ktavtam al mezuzo beiteha, u'vishareha, leman tiskeru, Va'asitem et kol mitzvotai, v'yem kedoshim lelohehem. Ani Adonai Elohehem, asher hotzeiti etem me'eretz Mitzrayim, liot lahem lelohim. Ani Adonai Elohehem.
Continue with another biblical section, page 322, the Michamocha, the crossing of the sea, and Cantor Horowitz will lead us.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות עושה פלא, נורא תהילות עושה פלא. שירה חדשה שיבחו גאולים, לשמך על שפת הים, יחד כולם הודו והמליכו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך, אדוני ימלוך, לעולם ועד.
Please rise if you're able. We continue with our silent meditation, page 323, all the way to 337. Feel free to read in the Hebrew, the English, or your own private thoughts and prayers, and you may be seated whenever you're ready. Spencer will lead us in Oseh Shalom on page 337.
Oseh Shalom bimrumav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, v'imru, amen. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, yaseh shalom. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael.
V'imru, v'imru, amen. At this point, we are going to be turning to our Torah service on page 366. This is where Spencer will receive the tradition passed down in his family from generation to generation, Lador Vador, as a sacred testament. This is his sacred inheritance that he will receive today, and he will go on to be reading from the Torah. So we're going to be doing a number of things right now. First of all, we need our first set of ark openers, Andrew and Hannah. Those are his cousins. Come on up. And we also need the generation symbolically to help pass down the Torah to Spencer. So we are going to be bringing up his grandparents, Barry and Evie, and Dan and Jamie up here as well. And they have a tradition that they have in the family of passing on musar, as special qualities to Spencer through the generations. So we'll, whatever order you'd like.
I'll go first.
in the microphone.
Okay. Okay, good. The value I'd like to pass on to you is sakranut, or curiosity. Curiosity is a desire to know or learn something. It may seem simple, but can often push us outside of our comfort zone. The greatest growth can come from pushing yourself into that discomfort. When we're curious, we're paying attention to ourselves, others, and the world around us. Curiosity forces us to pause, ask questions, and create space for wonder and growth. This could be a sense of wonder at the world around you. I encourage you to look for regular opportunities to be curious about and in awe of nature that surrounds you. Look at the shape of the clouds, the color of the leaves. Remember that we are such a small part of a vast universe. This can help you feel grounded at times when you may feel overwhelmed. Curiosity is also helpful in your relationships with friends and family. Oftentimes, we make assumptions about the intentions of others. We create a narrative in our head about what the other person might be thinking or something we might have done wrong. But the reality is these are just thoughts. And while sometimes our thoughts can make us feel crummy, thoughts are not truths and feelings are not facts. Stay curious in your relationships and make a point to ask questions. I know this is something you already do, and I encourage you to continue. You can apply the same type of curiosity to yourself. If you find yourself having a thought or feeling about yourself or a circumstance that you don't like, take a step back. Approach it with non-judgmental curiosity. Remove the negative label and get curious with yourself about what you're feeling or thinking. From the moment you were born, I was curious about you. I try every day to maintain that curiosity. I love that I get to learn who you will become.
All right. Today, I am passing down the value of simplicity, or in Hebrew, pashtut. Over the last several weeks, I have thought a lot about this word. The irony is that it's, for the word simplicity, it's actually quite complex. It could have a lot of different meanings. It could mean a deep focus on what is important. It could be being content with what you have. It could mean quality over quantity. And it could mean focus less on material things. While all these definitions are true, meaningful, and likely important lessons you'll learn over time, I want to focus on something different. Maybe the most difficult one to absorb and to put into practice. That is, to me, the most important aspect of simplicity is being in the moment or being present. Our brains are built to focus on victories and failures, or to have anxiety about the future, or constantly worrying about things that can wait for a more appropriate time. I know I personally succumb to these on a regular, daily, or even hourly basis. Given that you can only learn from but cannot change the past, and that you can only control so much about what happens in the future, the present becomes the most fulfilling of all circumstances. You may not realize it, but this is why you enjoy experiences so much, whether being fully with family or friends, at a concert or sporting event, or at practice or playing hockey. The present is where life actually happens. We often juggle countless things at once or are distracted by phones, texts, which I know you are, and all things that tell us to leave the moment. Being fully in the moment centers you on what matters, the here and now, connections with others like the people here, and experiencing real life. Simplicity in the moment is one of the most powerful tools you can use to ground yourself.
Spencer, today I would like to share with you the midah of hakarat hatov. In Musar, it is the Hebrew term for gratitude, which literally means recognizing the good. The good is already there. Practicing gratitude means being fully aware of the good that is already yours. My teacher, Alan Moranis, says, when you open up the tray of gratitude, you see clearly and accurately how much good there is in your life. But most of us tend to focus so heavily on the deficiencies in our lives that we barely perceive the good that counterbalances them. You, my dear one, have so much to be grateful for. You are an honor student, an amazing athlete, you play the trombone, you even sing and dance in theater productions. And you are a caring and kind son, brother, grandson, cousin, and friend. But stopping to be grateful for those gifts is a practice that takes intention. Musar teaches us to choose something or someone that you are grateful for, whatever comes to mind, and create a full picture and feeling of that gratitude. Take a moment to say thank you to the focus of your gratitude. Enjoy the pleasant feeling that gratitude gives you. Feel it washing over you, or washing away your tension and negativity. Allow it to fill you up. Spencer, one thing you can be sure of is that I am grateful for you every minute of every day, especially on this wonderful occasion of you becoming a bar mitzvah. I wish you a life filled with gratitude for all the blessings that come to you throughout your lifetime.
Spencer, they saved the best for last. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Britta Home. Britta Home, thank you. Trust. Trust is something that it's actually the opposite of fear. When you don't fear something, you trust something. And in all your activities, your multiple hockey games that we've attended, and baseball, and your orchestras, and your bands, and your work at school, you have to trust the people you are working with, or it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I've known you since before you were born. And I remember sitting with your grandparents. We were all sitting in a room in Omaha's newly opened Methodist Hospital. And over a loudspeaker, one of the first Twinkle Twinkles came. And there you were. And Spencer was born into this world. And a few days later, we all went back to the hospital. And I remember this white meditation room where your parents, your family, your friends, and a lot of hospital staff witnessed the first bris that occurred in that hospital. And that you need a lot of trust for, and that's another story. That's a story for later. And then a few weeks later, after you're driving your parents a little crazy, I got a call, and I went back to Omaha, and we helped out with raising you for a week or two. And one night, your exhausted parents, we put them to bed, and I lied on the couch in the living room, and you were on my shoulder. And we watched our first baseball World Series game together, and you were about a month old. And I think at that point, we earned each other's trust. And I know you got my back, and I got your back. And it's been a whirlwind with you. You lived with us for a little while, and you've always been there for us. And I just want you to remember that when you go through life, find people that you trust, and they trust you, and that's how you get ahead in this world. And you're a bar mitzvah now, amazing. And we love you and wish you the best. Mazel tov.
So we're going to make a line to actually pass the Torah down to Spencer. So Spencer, stay where you are. And why don't we have Barry and Evie, why don't you stand over here? And Jamie, you're going to stand over here. Okay? What's going to be happening now is we're going to actually physically pass the Torah into Spencer's hands, where he's going to hold it and read the prayers on 366. He's going to sing them responsively. Then he's going to be taking the Torah around the congregation in a figure eight. So when he comes this way, he'll come through the middle. He is not ignoring the one side. He will come and get back to you. The Torah is quite heavy, so just be careful if you have any handbags or anything in the way. Just don't trip Spencer out on this occasion. And as we go around, we also are going to be needing his grandfather Ken Burgess, thank you. Jamie told me there's a lot of tricky names there. Is going to be helping to undress the Torah as we come around. Okay, so are we set at this point? Oh, when the Torah comes around, it's customary to either take your prayer book and touch it and kiss it this way, your talit if you have one, or just your hand like this, just as a sign of respect. Okay, all right, if we're ready, let's all rise as our ark is open. The Torah that I hold in my hands today was given to Moses all the way back on Mount Sinai. We now pass it through Spencer's family to him, where he will hold our sacred document and know that this is part of his family tradition. I'm going to pass it to Danny to lead this procession, L'Dor Vador. He's left-handed.
I'd say he's carrying this around for thousands of years.
Got it?
I got it. I walk now, right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo.
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo.
Gadlul Adonai iti, uneromema, Shemo Yakdav.
Lecha Adonai hagedula v'hagevura v'hatiferet v'hanetzach v'hahod ki chol bashamayim u'va'aretz ki chol bashamayim u'va'aretz Lecha Adonai hamamlacha Damit na'aseh lechol rosh Al shlosha devarim Al shlosha devarim Al shlosha devarim Ha'olam omed Al shlosha devarim Al shlosha devarim Al shlosha devarim ha'olam omed. Al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. Al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. Al shlosha devarim. Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, ha'olam omed. Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, ha'olam omed. Al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. Al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim.
You may be seated. I'd like to bring up Harvey Horowitz, who is serving as the gabbai. He was also Spencer's tutor. The gabbai is the spotter when we're reading Torah. The Torah that Spencer will be reading from, it has no vowels or punctuation, so he had to prepare it all in advance. And we have a present for you, Spencer, from our synagogue community, picked out by our executive director, Joanne Marquesi. That is your yad. Hold that up for everyone. That's a pointer because we don't touch the Torah directly, but actually use the pointer as to mark our place. So come over here and find your place. And the Torah portion, some of you, not the front row, apologies to the parents and grandparents, but the other rows, if you reach in front of you, there are Hertz commentaries. We are in portion Kitavo. And Harvey, what page? Let's see.
So 859.
It's in 859. This is what the book looks like. So it's page 859 if you want to follow along from Kitavo. For the family coming up today, we do have the prayer here as well. For the first Aliyah, I'd like to bring up Ron and Lisa Weinstein. Yamdu, Shlomo ben Brucha Del, Chava, Esther bat Ruven, Dvorah Laliyah, Harishona.
We're still looking for the place.
Oh, let's find it. We had it before, actually. I think it went forward. No, it's back here. Sorry. This is what happens with the scroll. It goes, that's Ki Tetzeh. Okay. Where are we? Was it at the bottom, right?
Yeah.
It's right there. Okay.
See it?
Right here?
Yeah.
Wait,
Vaya
where?
Kitavo, right? All right, so come on over.
Wait, where?
Vahaya, Kitavo, El.
Oh,
See it?
yeah.
Baruch Hu Adonai Hamvorah.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Vaed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. V'haya kitavo el haaretz asher Adonai Eloheha noten leha nahala v'rishta v'yashavta ba v'lakata mereshit kol peri hadama asher tavi me'arteha asher Adonai Eloheha noten la v'zamta v'temneh v'ho'ata el hamakom asher yivhar Adonai Eloheha l'shaken shemo sham. Uvata el hakohen asher yeh bayamim hahem v'amarata elav hagadti hayom l'Adonai Eloheha kivati el haaretz asher nishbach Adonai la'avotenu la'atet lanu.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'hayei olam nata b'telheinu. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
For the second Aliyah, the second blessing of the Torah, I'd like to bring up Michael Goldstein, Stephen Goldstein, Samantha Vogos, and Max Clark. Yamdu, Michael ben David, V'pircha Shmuel ben David, V'pircha Elisheva bat Yitzchak, V'pircha V'menachem ben Yitzchak, V'pircha L'Aliyah Hasheni.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher nachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Wrong. Yeah.
Amen. Oh. Amen. V'laka hakohen hatena miadaha v'hini ho lifnei nisbach Adonai Eloheha ve'anita ve'amarta lifnei Adonai Eloheha arami oved avi v'yered mitzrayma v'yagor sham bimtei me'at v'yahisham l'goy gadol atzum v'arav v'yareu otanu hamitzrim v'yanunu v'nu aleinu avodah kasha.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'yachayim olam nahal korchanu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen.
For the third aliyah, and what verse are we on now? We are on verse 7, on the bottom of page 859 in the Hertz commentary. For the third aliyah, we'd like to invite up Spencer's proud parents, Dan and Jamie. Ya'amdu, Gedalia bat Brechadel, V'chava v'Jemina bat Ken v'Pircha, proud parents, Lalia and Graham, Lalia ha Shlishi.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvarah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Let them hold the Torah.
Okay. Amen. Vanitzak El Adonai Elohei Avotenu. Vayishma Adonai et kolenu. Vayar et onyenu. V'et amalenu. V'et lahatzenu. Vayotzienu. Adonai mimitzrayim biad hazakah. Uvizroach Tuya V'mora Gadol Uvoto Uvamofti Vayovienu El Hamakom Hazeh Vayiten Lanu Et Haaretz Hazot Eretz Zavat Halav Udevash.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
This is now Spencer's aliyah, and what we're going to be doing is a special tradition that we have in our community. We invite everyone to rise. Spencer's Hebrew name, Shlomo ben Gedalia Jamina. Oh, I got it close. Jamina. He's going to be called up by his Jewish name for the very first time to read Torah. And our tradition here is, first of all, Harvey Horowitz is going to be calling him up. We're going to make a fist like this. Everyone go like this. And we're going to go chazak. You have to make the guttural. Chazak. This means strength. We're giving him strength. One more time. Chazak. Okay, on my signal.
Ya'amod, 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 Habachor bar mitzvah, Shlomo ben Gedalia v'yamina, Maftir.
Chazak. So kiss with your talus. You did very well with that. Yeah.
Baruch. Yeah. Baruch et Adonai Hamvarah.
Baruch Adonai Barak Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Vaed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen. Ve'ata hine beiti et reshit pri hadama asher natata li Adonai v'hinachto livnei Adonai Elohecha v'hishtahavita livnei Adonai Elohecha v'samachta b'kol havtov asher natan lecha Adonai Elohecha uviteha ata v'achlu v'halevi v'hager asher b'kirbeha ki tehaleh la'aser hekol ma'asar tevuateha בשנה השלישית, שנת המעשר, ונתת ללוי, לגר, ליתום ולאלמנה, ואכלו בשעריך, ושבעו.
Okay, take it. I'm gonna do a yad drop.
Oh, I'll do it. That was Macy's idea.
All right, we did the blessing after.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'toheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Mishaberak Avatino Avraham Yitzchak Yaakov Yimatena Sarah Rachel Leah. May the Holy One have blessed your ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah. Bless Spencer and his whole mishpacha who have risen today in honor of Torah, in honor of Shabbat, in honor of a bar mitzvah, in honor of coming of age into adulthood in Judaism. May they be granted many times of health and happiness and joy in the near and the far future. And we say, Amen. At this point, Spencer is going to come over here and get ready for his Haftarah, his additional reading. And I need up here Dan Stromberg and Grandpa Ken to come on up. As they lift the Torah, it's symbolic to take our right pinky, and that's to show even that little pinker, together we can lift the Torah together. I'll show you. Oh, so yeah, so what you want to do is push it down, Perfect. And then you're going to sit right here. He's ready to lift it up. Are you going to take this? Put it around this. It goes on this side. All right, perfect. You may be seated. Great job. At this point, Spencer is going to be reading from the additional reading. This also is in the Hertz commentary. And Harvey Horowitz will also be helping him out. We are on page 874 in the commentary. Let's make sure you have the mic.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar binvim tovim v'ratza b'difreihem hana emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai haboher b'Torah u'Moshe avdo u'Yisrael amo u'Vinviei ha'emet v'Sedek. Kumi ori kiva oreh u'chavod Adonai alayif zara ki hine ha'hoshe yehase eret v'yarafel le'umim ve'alayif yitraf Adonai u'chavodo alayif yera'eh v'lachlu goyim le'oreh u'malachim le'no gazarheich. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam sor kol haolamim Sadiq Bahol, Hadarod, Ha'el, Hane'eman, Ha'omer ve'oseh, Hamdaber u'mekayim, Shekol devarav emet v'asedek, Al HaTorah, V'al HaVodah, V'al HaNaviim, V'al Yom HaShabbat, Hazeh, Shenatatalanu Adonai Eloheinu, Likdusha v'limnuha, Lehavod u'tifaharet, Al HaKol Adonai Eloheinu, Anachnu modim la, Umevarachim ota, Yitbarashim ha b'fi ho hai, Ta'amid le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh ha-Shabbat.
Amen. At this point, we need our candy pastors, Graham, Fred, and Yvonne. There are candy below. This is not candy that's to be eaten. It looks like we have another one, too. Yeah, we could use another candy to pass her as well. And Corey's going to help out as well. This candy is going to be passed around. Everyone's got to have at least one. And this is not to eat, but to toss very softly at Spencer. This is a way of showing our gratitude and to shower him with a little sweetness. It's a wonderful tradition that we have in our Jewish community. Just keep in mind that we have Cantor Horowitz up here, myself. I see Harvey conveniently went down. So just be gentle with us. It's okay if it falls at his feet over here. And Spencer, we do have something to help you out. Why don't you show everyone what you're doing? Raise your hand if you're in Spencer's hockey team. Any of his hockey players here? Okay. All right, I already instructed Spencer of a couple of the rules. He's not allowed to do a slap shot back at the congregation. He can only use it in a defensive mechanism. Okay, he's allowed to twist and turn, fend it off with his shot, but he's not allowed to turn his back or run behind the arc. All right, so what we're going to do, and we're going to do Simon Tov, Mazel Tov. Once everyone has their candy, raise your hand if you still need candy. Okay, so it looks like the back. I'm very grateful most of your friends, the real strong ones, seem to have sat in the back there. We try to suggest that might be a good idea. Spencer, you nervous?
A little bit.
Is this scarier than the Torah portion? And I want to remind you, Graham, in a couple of years you will be doing the same thing, and Spencer will be much bigger than you. So just beware of what you do. The big brothers tend to remember. Okay, does everyone have? Do people still need candy? All right, Macy is telling me yes. Okay. On the Cantor Horowitz's signal with Simon Tov Mazel Tov, you can stand and start the throwing, the tossing, light tossing.
Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Yehelanu. And
we need all the young people to come on up to help us clean up. We need the basket.
Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, Yehelanu.
We got some more baskets here. Great job. We're going to give these out after the service. After the service, we're going to get these. They are really. You guys guys are the best because adults cannot get it. Sometimes we find candy 3 years later. Great job.
Watch your head.
Grant, get out of there.
Getting them more.
Okay.
All
Great,
right,
wait.
there's bags. There's one. Right in front of the chair. All the way in the down there.
Down there.
All right, Spencer, did you survive?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're going to need some ark openers again, Andrew and Hannah, his cousins, to come on up. And we are going to rise for the Eitz Chaim, the putting away of the Torah, which is on page 372. I invite everyone to rise. All right. No, Grandma's going to do it after. Yeah, we need.
Eitz Chaim hi למחזיקים בה ותומכיה מאושר דרכיה דרכי נועם וכל נתיבותיה שלום השיבנו אדוני אליך ונשובה חדש חדש ימינו חדש ימינו
And Spencer will lead us in It's a Tree of Life, which is the English version of it on 374.
It is the tree of life to those who hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is the tree of life to those who hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, 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 shalom. It is the tree of life to those who hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is the tree of life to those who hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, 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 shalom.
You may be seated. Spencer has some words of wisdom to share. Before he shares them, I just want to point out our two baskets that are in front of our bima here. These are food items that will be donated to the Buffalo Community Fridge. So thank you, Spencer, for doing that.
Okay. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
My name is Spencer Weinstein, and today I am becoming a bar mitzvah. Reaching bar mitzvah age means that I am of an age to do good deeds or mitzvot. These are obligations to my family and community to make the world a better place. Well, I could always do these things. Now it is my responsibility. I love helping people. My mitzvah project or good deed I did leading up to my bar mitzvah was assembling care packages for chemotherapy patients at Roswell, a hospital here in Buffalo, that specializes in cancer research and treatment. My grandmother, who passed away from cancer, was a patient at Roswell, so I want to help Roswell cure other patients' cancer so they can have memories with their family. My Torah portion, Ki Tavo, is unique in many ways, including the fact that there is a section from the portion that is included in the Haggadah, the book that Jews read on Passover. This is an important holiday for my family because we meet every year to celebrate this holiday, tell the story of Passover, and have great food. Ki Tavo provides a short summary of what the Jewish people stand for. We were oppressed, we called out to God for help, God saved us, and now it is our obligation to help those less fortunate. My Torah portion can relate to my everyday life because it talks about helping the less fortunate, and I feel called to do that in my everyday life. After the awful event on May 14, 2022 in Buffalo, I realized how lucky I was. After that, my family and I started going to the Buffalo Community Fridge, a network of community fridges dedicated to giving Buffalo communities access to fresh and nutritious food. Another example of how I feel called to help people is when I see an unhoused person, I want to help them and get them out of the situation they're in. As most of you here know, I play hockey, and hockey is a team sport where you help your teammates. My favorite band of all time, Fish, uses teamwork in the sense that when they jam, they rely on each other to play the right notes and keep playing their music. Now I would like to thank everyone here for coming to my special day and me becoming a bar mitzvah. First, I would like to thank my amazing parents. You helped me so much, and you guys are the ones that take me on amazing trips to fish shows and to all the faraway hockey games. You both understand me the most. Next, I would like to thank my brother Graham for always being there for me and playing with me. I would like to thank my Nani and Pop for always understanding me and taking time out of their day to hang out with me. I would like to thank my Grandpa Ken and Grandma Bobby for spending fun trips with me and taking me out for good meals. Next, I would like to thank my whole family for being there for me and being so nice to me. Lastly, I would like to thank all my friends for hanging out with me and being kind to me. Shabbat Shalom and go Bills.
I'd like to invite Dan up to share some words for Spencer.
Where do I stand?
You stand right there. This is actually the hardest part because now we have to say real nice things.
Well,
It's hard to say.
I'm actually going to go off script for a second. I was struck when I was up here earlier that it's rare that you get to be in a room with so many people that you love. It's just overwhelming, really. So thank you for coming. But now I'm going to tell a little story about Spencer. So Spencer, actually, I'm going to start over. I remember when Spencer was born. It was September 30th, 2010. We were living in Omaha, Nebraska, as many of you know. He came into the world with a roar. Not only did Jamie and I have really no clue what we were doing, Spencer let it be known with high frequency, day and night, for many days, weeks, and months that he had a strong opinion about a lot of things. Many of you in the room saw this firsthand when you visited us in the middle of the country. At this point, his opinion was that he didn't like sleeping, he didn't like the car seat, he didn't like the car at all, he didn't really like eating, he didn't like napping, he didn't really like most things. But then after 5 or 6 long, pretty sleepless months, a few magnificent things happened. Well, one is Jamie and I finally figured out what we were doing, which took a little longer than I guess I would expect, but it happened. Spencer was actually sleeping through the night, which was a big win for everyone. But he also became a wonderful, content, happy boy who laughed with joy at the most mundane. In many ways, I think Spencer is always and continues to be the following: a strong-willed, opinionated person who knows what he likes and has a deep passion for those things, and a compassionate, fun-loving person who is happy just hanging out with family or friends, experiencing life through travel, sports, concerts, and much more, but also has empathy for those in need. These are at the heart of his very nature, and that is what I most admire about him. Spencer has the ability to remain true to himself regardless of situation, circumstance, or type of interaction. Aside from being all these things, as you've heard and well know, he loves many of the same things I love. First and foremost, family and friends, but really close are the Bills, Sabres, music, fish with a PH, and learning, which I don't think he realizes yet, but I could tell, and so much more. And all of these things keep us close and forever connected. Spencer, we are so, so, so proud of you, not for what you do, but for who you are. Today, not only did we pass you the tradition and Torah, as our families have done for generations, but we also passed on several values: gratitude, simplicity, curiosity, and trust. I hope these not alter who you are, but augment your soul, purpose, and being. Always remain yourself, the person you were born as, forever and always.
I'd like to invite up his grandmother, Evie Weinstein, to present the gift from the board and from our community.
As a member of the Board of Trustees at Congregation Shir Shalom, it is my great honor to welcome you to our synagogue. Pardon our dust during our time of construction, and it's wonderful to see you all here. So Spencer, I'm so proud of you today, and what an honor I have to be able to give you this beautiful Kiddush cup as a gift from our congregation. And a $250 gift certificate for a trip to Israel in the next few years. Mazel tov. Love you.
All right, Spencer, over here. We're almost good. All right, nice deep breath. How does it feel?
Good.
Wonderful thing about the bar mitzvah or any big occasion, you get kind of nervous. Everyone gets nervous, and then it comes, and it feels so wonderful. Look out over there. I think you're someone who can really take in. This is your community, your family, your friends, all the people that care about you. Some of them that came very far away to be here today, and they wouldn't miss this occasion. And we probably have, let's wave to our virtual people. There's probably some people there too. That's our camera back there. Spencer, it is with great gratitude to be able to be here and to be able to celebrate this today. I was reading in your Torah portion, which we had a chance to study together, about this custom of first fruits, that once a year they would bring the fruits from the first trees. And they're actually not sure what fruits, because if you brought too many fruits, it would be kind of overwhelming. Have you ever had too much fruit in your house? They have to, it's really a specific type of fruit. So how do you pick what fruit are you going to bring? And Rashi had the wonderful suggestion. He said, when you're going through your fields, when you see the first fruit, that time when you go to Wegmans and the fruit are so beautiful right at the beginning, you tie a little string around, he says, around the fig and say, this is my first fruits. And that's a gratitude practice, a way of saying and showing the world that these are things that are important to me, that these are things that I love. And I've known since I've met you, and I didn't know you when you were in Nebraska, but since you've been here in Buffalo, it's a little bit snowier here, is it?
Yeah.
Better hockey, I think.
Way better.
I've known that you always have a sense of gratitude. It's amazing. Sometimes I'll hear your conversations with your friends. I know Boaz, sometimes we're in the car together, and you always point out things about how happy you are, how grateful you are. Even the way you said it in your speech, it was pretty remarkable. You said, I really appreciate the kindness that my family showed me. I thought, well, families are supposed to show kindness, so usually we take that for granted. But no, you pointed that out. You said that about your friends, too. Thank you for being kind to me. I have to say, you're someone that's easy to be kind to because you're kind to others. And I think that's really, they say in the Mishnah, they say, how do we generate respect? How do we achieve respect? By respecting others. And that's definitely how you do it. They have another saying that struck me too. Ezehu sameach, who is happy? The person that is satisfied with what they have. And that's wisdom that you have to share with others, to share with us. Believe it or not, even as adults, that's actually a pretty hard thing to do. And you should know that you have this bit of wisdom in you from your childhood that you can now go out and share it and I hope that it continues with you. So I always remind our B'nai Mitzvah students that this is just the beginning of your journey to adulthood. Here, you will count as a community, as part of our minyan, our sacred minyan, and you can do anything here in our community as a full adult. But as you go through that process of adulthood, there's a lot of twists and turns. These are the people that you can call on. There's no problem that's too big that we can't solve it together. And there's nothing that we want more than to hear your joys as well. So continue to call and to know that you have a wonderful group around you. So we have a certificate to mark this occasion, and I'm going to have you read it. It has the date here, the 16th of Elul, 2nd of September 2023. And just like your dad, I hope you hold on to it in your talis bag. It's a little too big for that. And it has your Torah portion and our congregation. And I'd like you to read this statement.
In becoming a bar mitzvah, I affirm my place among the Jewish people. I am a Jew because 100 generations before me found a purpose in their faith. I am a Jew because Judaism treasures love and kindness. I am a Jew because Judaism demands justice, compassion, and truth.
Okay, is that something you think you can sign on?
Yes.
All right, here you go. I would say this is their nicest signature. It's all downhill from here. All right, so this is a keepsake, and now we're going to offer you one of our oldest prayers. I'm going to invite you down in the front over here, and I want your family to come around you. And we're going to, Cantor Horowitz and I are going to offer our priestly blessing. We're going to invite everyone to rise at this point.
Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
Spencer, may God bless you and watch over you.
Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God shine God's light upon you and grant you comfort.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom, shalom.
May God lift God's face to you and grant you and all of us peace. And we say, Amen. Please remain standing. I need Graham up here and Spencer. We're going to open the ark and turn in our prayer books, those prayer books you were handed, to page 586 for Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Page 591.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Not from the middle yet. Don't think so. may be seated. We turn to our mourner's Kaddish, and from Spencer's family, we are remembering Hilda and Rudy Miller, Sylvia and Al Weinstein, Roz and Ruby Rains, Pam Clark, and Mary Kelp. If there's other names that people are remembering, please raise your hand. The prayer can be found on page 598. All those whose custom it is to rise, please rise. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah v'yalma divrach yirtei v'yamlik malchutei v'chayechon v'yamachon v'chayedecho be'Yisrael b'agala v'yizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam omei almaya yitbarak v'yishabak v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudasha b'rechu Leila min kol berchata v'shirata, chata v'nechamata, damiran bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlam rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imramav, huya says shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony and high bring peace to us, to all Israel, and to all the world, and we say amen. You may be seated. Zikronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. So, first of all, hearty mazel tov to Spencer and to the whole mishpacha. How wonderful to have a multi-generation celebration, just like your father all those years before. We have a couple of concluding prayers. After services, we will have some light refreshments that will be in our social hall. And again, apologies for all the construction that we have in. Hopefully by the holiday, we'll be all shiny and new in there. Spencer is going to be leading with Cantor Horowitz, Don Olam on 6:25, and then we'll do Hamotzi and Kiddush and Hamotzi.
Adon Olam,
Adon Olam,
Asher Malach,
Asher Malach,
B'terem Kol,
B'terem Kol,
Yitzir Nivra,
Yitzir Nivra,
Leit Nasa,
Leit Nasa,
Behefsek Kol,
Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam, Ve'acharei Kichlot HaKol, Levado Yimloch Nora Adon Olam, Ve'hu Haya, Ve'hu Hoveh, Ve'hu Yiyeh B'tifara Adon Olam,
Adon Olam,
Adon Olam,
Asher Malach,
Asher Malach,
B'terem Kol,
B'terem Kol,
Yitzir Nivra,
Leit Nasa,
Behefsek Kol,
Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam, Ve'hu Echad, Ve'ein Sheni, Lahamshir lo lahatvira Adon Olam, Beli Reshit, Beli Tachlit, Velo Ha'oz Ve'ha'misra Adon Olam,
Adon Olam,
Adon Olam,
Asher Malach,
Asher Malach,
B'terem Kol,
V'terem Kol,
Yitzir Nivra, Leit Nasa,
Leit Nasa,
Behefsek Kol,
Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam, Ve'hu Eli, Ve'chai Go'ali, Ve'tzor Chevli Be'et Zara Adon Olam, Ve'hu Nisi, Umanos Li, Menat Kosi B'yom Ekra Adon Olam,
Adon Olam,
Adon Olam,
Asher Malach,
Asher Malach,
B'terem Kol,
B'terem Kol,
Yitzir Nivra, Leit Nasa,
Leit Nasa,
Behefsek Kol,
Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam, B'yado Avkid Ruchi, Be'et Tishan Ve'a'ira Adon Olam, Ve'im Ruchi Geviati, Adonai li Ve'lo ira Adon Olam,
Adon Olam,
Adon Olam,
Asher Malach,
Asher Malach,
B'terem Kol,
B'terem Kol
Yitzir
Yitzir
Nifra,
Nifra,
Li'et Nasa,
Leit Nasa,
L'Hefsek Kol,
Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam.
We have Kiddush on page 605.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pari hagafen.
Amen.
You want to try?
Just a little white wine. Terrible or?
It was good.
That's good.
Page 606, how about C?
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lehem min haaretz. Amen.
As you came in peace, may you leave in peace. Please return your prayer books to the front of our sanctuary, minus the leaflet, and Shabbat Shalom.
Amazing.
Really good. Our rabbi's so great. Like, they got two, yeah.
Can't forget that. Thank you so much.
I like your speech.
It's great.
Yeah, totally.
Amen.